So plant-based meat, a life under masks. These are very challenging times to be alive. We feel it here in the newsroom. It feels like every news story is bad news. I'm sure you feel the same when you watch news. So tonight we are switching strategy. We told you about the Omicron surge, we told you about the pandemic of hate, but now we will tell you about the silver lining. Believe it or not, some good things are happening in our world. Like they say, the glass is either half empty or half full. So let's look at the half that is full. Good news number one, Indian exports have hit a new high. In this ongoing financial year, India's exports have crossed $300 billion. Remember, we have 3 months left for this financial year to end. So that's 9 months and $300 billion in exports. This has never happened before, ever. In fact, December was something of a miracle. Indian exports hit $37 billion last month. That's another record. At this rate, India's exports will hit $400 billion by the end of this financial year. That's definitely something to celebrate. Because 2021 was not a normal year. We had lockdowns, variants, and a lot of confusion. Also the punishing second wave. Despite these challenges, exports have hit a record and the future looks exciting. India is hoping to strike 5 major trade deals with Britain, Canada, Australia, the UAE and Israel. More trade deals equal more exports. So the path of economic recovery looks exciting. Challenging, yes, but also exciting. Good news number two, India has checked a major green energy target, that too around 8 years ahead of schedule. What exactly was this target? It was set at the Paris Summit of 2015, the climate summit. India promised to achieve 40% of its installed energy capacity from non-fossil sources. What do non-fossil sources mean? Basically, renewable energy plus nuclear. India was supposed to hit this target in 2030, but India achieved it in November 2021, a full 8 years ahead. How did India do it? With innovation and synergy. India's total energy capacity is around 392 gigawatts. Out of this, non-fossil sources make up around 157 gigawatts. If you do the math, that's 40%. It's a classic example of public-private teamwork. Let's look at the period between 2014 and 2019. The private sector invested $64 billion in the renewable energy sector. A lot of money also came from abroad, nearly $7 billion in foreign capital. The government's Green Energy Corridor, or the GEC, has also contributed to this progress. Good news number three, something to rejoice for job hunters. I know the pandemic has crushed many careers, but things are steadily improving. Take India's premier engineering colleges, the IITs. Their placements touched an all-time high last year. In the Bombay campus, 1,400 students got a jab. Their average pay was up 26% compared to 2020. IIT Delhi got 1,250 job offers, 45% more than last year, plus a 20% jump in average pay. In IIT Madras, 73% of the students got job offers in the first phase itself. Now I know the IITs are premier institutes, but they do represent a trend. The job market is steadily recovering. Companies are hiring again. Let me show you the numbers. Around 60% of people who lost their job in 2020 are back to work. Tech is leading the way. Demand for tech professionals has surged 85% compared to 2020. So if you're hunting jobs, your wait could end soon. And these are the examples that we wanted to share. There are plenty more. For instance, India's digital payment industry is scaling new heights. In 2016, digital transactions made up $61 billion. In 2021, $300 billion. Indians are making around 25 billion digital transactions in real time. That's 60% more than China. And don't forget all the individual brilliance, a gold medal at the Olympics, and 43 unicorn companies in a single year. All of this happened during tough times. So here's what I'm trying to say. You have two options in front of you. Either give in to the depressing times or focus on the nicer things in life. I know it's not easy, but if you look closely, you can find heartwarming stories. It doesn't have to be your country's economic growth or a booming job market. Sometimes it can be small things around you. Make sure you stop and appreciate them, because that's the only way to survive in these testing times. Be aware of the bad, but focus on the good. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.